Hi, my name is Kristen Dorosic and I'm doing a public service announcement on scabies. Scabies is a contagious skin condition caused by tiny mites called Sarcopodes scabii. So what exactly is the cause of scabies? Well, the first cause of scabies is the infestation, which actually starts when the female burrows into the skin. The male then travels between burrow sites, searching for an unfertilized female to mate with. The male then dies, and the female starts to lay eggs, which take around 4 days to hatch. The hatchlings then surface and approximately 2 weeks later mature into adults. The young mites that have matured into females create new burrows by tunneling back into the skin. The ones that mature into males will remain on the surface and begin searching for mates. Unless treated, this process will repeat itself over and over again. Some other common causes include close or direct skin-to-skin contact, sharing unwashed garments, sexual relations, or bed sharing with an infected individual. Also, poor, crowded, unsanitary living conditions, or institutional infection. Now you might be wondering, how exactly are scabies transmitted? Well, scabies are mostly commonly transmitted through close body contact for an extended period of time. Holding hands for a while or sexual intercourse are typical examples. Transmission of scabies by hugging or shaking hands is not as likely because it's too brief. Scabies mites cannot fly or jump, but they can survive a couple of days after leaving the human body, meaning that people sharing clothes or a bed with someone infected are at high risk. Transmission by these means is much less common than prolonged physical contact. A few prevention methods. Scabies are prevented by avoiding direct skin-to-skin contact with an infested person or with items such as clothing or bedding used by an infested person. Scabies treatment usually is recommended for members of the same household, particularly for those who have had prolonged skin-to-skin contact. All household members and other potentially exposed persons should be treated at the same time as the infested person in order to prevent possible re-exposure and reinfestation. Bedding and clothing that are used next to the skin anytime during the 3 days before treatment should be machine washed and dried using the hot water and hot dryer cycles. As far as treatment is concerned, the mites are able to resist hot water and soap, and scrubbing the skin does not actually remove them either. So you must use special creams or lotions, and they have to be applied to the skin. All members of the household and any recent sexual partners should be treated as well. This will prevent reinfection and should be done even if other parties treated are showing no signs or symptoms. The products used to treat scabies are called scabicides because they kill the scabies mites, which is the root cause of the infection. There's 2 common creams or lotions, but your doctor must prescribe them. They are not available over the counter. They are called permethrin cream and malathion lotion. Both treatments incorporate insecticides capable of killing the scabies mites. Also, if any itchiness occurs, then your doctor should prescribe oral antihistamines or steroid creams. A few signs and symptoms include intense itching and a pimple-like skin rash, such as the one seen in the following picture. The itching will occur mostly at night, although it can occur during the day as well. The common itching and rash sites include the wrist, elbow, armpit, webbing between the fingers, nipple, penis, waist, beltline, and buttocks. The first time a person gets scabies, so for you watching, if this is your first time having scabies, there's usually no symptoms during the first 2 to 6 weeks. So, even though you're asymptomatic, scabies can still be spread by direct, prolonged, or skin-to-skin contact. A few statistics include that 6 to 27% of the general population has scabies, but other surveys actually say there's a lower prevalence. As far as precise local, statewide, and national statistics are concerned, they're mostly unavailable. But some studies do vary from 1 to 15 cases per 1,000 people each year. Prevalence rates for scabies in developing nations are higher than those in industrialized nations. So according to a survey of children in Malaysia, the disease was more commonly evident in boys by 50% than in girls, which only held 16%. The overall prevalence rate for scabies was 31% among children in Malaysia. In all, as many as 300 million people may be affected by scabies worldwide. A few interesting facts about scabies include that one complication of scabies is a more severe form of the condition known as crusted scabies. Scabies can worsen existing dermatological conditions such as eczema. So if you have eczema or another dermatological condition, you need to see your doctor. An ink test is performed when diagnosing scabies. On a person, scabies mites can live for as long as 1 to 2 months, but off of a person, scabies mites usually do not survive more than 48 to 70. For diagnosis. 1 is the type of lesion, 2 is the site of involvement, 3 are the symptoms, which we also discussed, such as itching, which is most severe at night, and also the pimple-like skin lesions. And 4 is other members. So in conclusion, if you have any questions about scabies and want to know more than what I'm giving you, do not hesitate to look up from some further research. Also, you should also contact your doctor if you feel you do have these signs and symptoms. I hope this announcement gave you some insight on the cause and symptoms of scabies, as well as different ways that you can prevent and treat this STI.